any possibility for tomorrow based on where he practiced?
Yeah, we drove him hard after practice. We gave him his own line in practice, pulled Jankowski out of that line just for the practice purpose, to give him more practice reps without rotating in, cycling an extra guy in. We're going to see how he responds, but he's doubtful for tomorrow. I don't expect him in tomorrow. We wanted to give him a hard push today, just to see how his body responds to it tomorrow, and we'll communicate on that with him now and tomorrow more. So no chance in my mind that he's in there tomorrow.
Is there any sort of update on Zemgus?
No update on Zemgus. He's in a period of recovery. I haven't got an update on him the last couple of days. Just he's still working through and doing his routine with the medical team.
Craig in goal tomorrow?
Craig in goal, yes.
Just on D, you talked about having those two pairs together, Delling and Marty, Samuelson and Fitzgerald. With Samuelson and Fitzgerald together, what benefits are there to keeping those two guys together, and what have you seen from them so far?
Yeah, there's going to be some rotation just because I don't want guys sitting out for any length. So, Hag will go back in tomorrow. Don't know who he's going in for yet. So that could, that the pairs will adjust somehow, some way by virtue of that. Those two together, it's a lot like Yokoharu and Darlene together. We can sit and target things for them to work on the next game, so they can watch shifts together, in essence. And they are familiar with each other. They've had games, obviously, in the American League together, lots of games together, and that helps. So having them, and they have nobody to rely on. They have to figure it out themselves, and I like that. I like that a lot. Anytime you can not have a young guy lean on a veteran for help, the better for me. Adapt on your own and figure it out. And I think those two guys have enough skill, game knowledge, intuitiveness, and compete to figure it out. We can sit and show them clips after the game, and errors that I see they make, I know they can self-correct. So, I don't want them to think, okay, we're self-correcting because we had the help of a veteran guy. No, you don't need the help of anybody. You have enough tools that you can do it now. Because a lot of the times when the player not a lot of times, when a player comes up from the league below, you can't tell them how strong Anders Lee is. There is no Anders Lee in the American Hockey League, and so you're going to go battle him, and you're going to have to readjust, and nobody's going to be able to help you with that. Your partner's not going to be able to help you with that. So lots of these little things that in this particular case, Samuelson and Fitzgerald have to learn. It's a new level of play. It'll be it'll be the same techniques and technically, but yeah, how strong is Anders Lee? How quick is Matthew Barzal? We can't tell them that, and so they need that experience. And there's no way to get it other than to experience it. So.
We all saw what Nelson did to Dylan, and then Dylan responded, with the cross check. Is that a penalty where you just say, I'm okay with that, let's go kill it?
Yes, I mean, I'm glad you mentioned, Paul, that you saw what Dylan felt physically, and it was Dylan went back at him and probably challenged him right there on the spot when it happened. So. It's over with. You move on, but I have Dylan is a competitive guy, and I love how competitive he is, and he makes his presence known, and I like the way he plays. Period. I'll say that.
When guys play with Peyton, is there not like an adjustment period almost, just because he
Yeah.
can come from anywhere?
Yeah.
So many of those plays that you don't expect. I'm sure players.
Well, yeah, there's got to be an adjustment period, Bill. I don't have the answer to that. I guess I would think there is an adjustment period because he sees things and surprises guys that you just have to be ready to receive the puck. Sometimes he knows you're open before you know you're open, and that's a special talent. He's a talented guy, and that was the winning goal last night. What a play he made! I don't think anybody on the ice knew that Victor Olofsson was open, and including Victor in that moment. Right then in that moment. But there was no coverage, no thought of coverage by New York to that area, that spot, and yet Peyton knew that was a potential scoring opportunity, and what a play.
He's had moments at center where he's been very good, but on the wing now. Is that just to get him in the top six?
Yeah, it is. It is in this particular case, but I will say we will cycle guys all over. I think these guys need to play all positions, need to be comfortable in all positions. As we've seen it dating back from having to put Sammy Reinhart at center last year to shifting Tage Thompson to center this year, and these guys need to play all positions. They need to be comfortable at all positions. So we shift them around in practice so they're more comfortable, and because you get in these games and you lose guys to injury all the time. I mean, it's consistent within the league, and so you're constantly shuffling. You can't bank on normal. There is no normal. It's adaptability, and the best teams and the successful teams, like organizations, adapt faster, better, and that's part of it, having guys play different positions. And for Peyton, there was a little acclimation period for him, shifting to the wing, but with him, he figures out ways to contribute. So as soon as he started figuring out ways he could contribute on the wing, it was exciting for him, and that's how it's been with him and with other guys.
I know you said you weren't sure which defenseman will sit tomorrow, but hypothetically, if it is a young guy, how do you handle that from a coaching perspective?
Yeah.
How beneficial can it be for a young guy to set a game and watch it?
Yeah, we have so many games in such a short span that it's irrelevant as far as anybody sitting is going to be back in. It's not like they're sitting and they're actually going to lose much time at all. So there is an advantage, especially in tight schedules and games, for young guys to sit, just step back, take a breath, as it is for older guys. I mean, Mark Pysyk sat the other night, and he came in and he looked even fresher last night. So there's no negative to this when you have a couple extra guys. We've said from the outset, for our success, it is contingent upon development, and our speed of development is contingent upon how hard we can play, and how hard we can play is being fresh. So it all ties right into that. So we're not saying, we can't win or we're going to win only if this guy's in the lineup. We need to play 4 lines, because we're not at a point where we can shorten that bench, and we need to use guys, and we need to play with pace. And for that, you need everybody, and when you add a fresh guy in that might have sat the last game, there is a positive effect to that. Thank you.